Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So in this video I'm hoping to talk about how I've made money in this game. It's a question I've been asked to no end because people see my gold jumping from everything from over 1 million quite easily to down to 90k yesterday and back up to 800k today. So how do I do it? So basically all of my gold, not all, 80% of my gold has come from Hell Rifts. I'm currently working around a 50% Hell Rift completion win rate. There are some days like yesterday I just didn't get one successful one. Every time I was buying a good set of new gear, heading back out, trying again, I kept doing it and I ended up losing 1.4 million silver yesterday. It wasn't a good day. So I've logged on today, got a couple of cheap pieces, cheap sets, things like just the tier 4 adept stuff, and I've gone to some Hell Rifts. We won the first one, I treated myself to a better gear, and then I've kind of gone on as the day to a point that I'm now back in my normal tier 7 stuff. Running very, very good gear, equivalent to probably somewhere in the region of about 350k, maybe 400k worth of gear. And how have I done it? Basically, PvP, when you're killing someone, unless it's an item that you're specifically using in your build, don't keep it, just sell it. Sell it in the nearest town, don't worry about travel costs, unless you specifically can get more in one town than another. So I know for things like Bridge Watch, things like war bows, which are quite popular at the moment, are selling for like 20k and actually selling for that price, whereas in Bridge Watch, in Limhurst they're selling for 8k, and you wouldn't get seen selling any higher. So you definitely look at different markets, but if you know this sort of information and you pick up a warbow, you go and sell it in the place that you get the most money. You also get runes, souls, essences, all that from mobs. Again, unless you specifically are looking for an artifact or you specifically using them for a certain task, sell them. They all sell quite well. The higher tier they are, the better they sell, up to around tier 7, because people are starting to use the tier 7 runes and souls now. Less so tier 8, just because people aren't quite at that level yet, but they will be soon. So what I would suggest is holding on to the tier 8 ones for another week or so, and in a week sell them when people are needing them and there's a supply there. Supply and demand chain there. The other thing that I've been getting a lot of silver from is the bosses of Rift Guardians, of Rift Gates, so the Rift Guardians. They drop everything from souls, essences, refined enchanted resources. So let's look on the auction house just to show you an example. Things like the resources needed for tier 4.1, 4.2, etc. But they can drop them all the way up to tier 8 of any type. So even for just a basic level, you're getting 600 per, and I've had 10 of these, I believe. That's 6k just off the bat, one piece. That's 6k just given to you. Typically I'm getting anywhere between, bear in mind the boss also drops about 4k silver in himself. I'm getting anywhere between 35 to 50k on a Rift boss, because they can also drop artifacts as well. So artifacts are anything from 8k to pretty trash ones that no one uses, to I got a tier 6 bloodletter the other day that I sold for 250k. I've also got this on the auction house as well. Wrong page. Oh, he's on there somewhere. So we've got the Hoarfrost Orb on there at the moment for 120k. That's a really nice pickup that I got last couple of days. There you go. You see the uncommon reinforced leather. All of this has come from Rift bosses. All of this has come from PvP as well. Pretty much everything on here at the moment has come from PvP. And you look at the numbers that I'm managing to get for some of these, and almost all of this is undercutting and will sell. So I picked up that on the other day, and that was the cheapest on there by 35k. I could literally go through all of this, and if I sold everything on here, I'd probably have well over 1 million just from here. And this is not my only bank either. I use different towns for, if I'm running out of Bridge Watch, I will just sell everything on Bridge Watch that I get from that session. So I definitely say if you can afford to risk it and get a couple of sets, that hell rifts are definitely the way to go. If you don't want to do hell rifts, the other thing I would suggest is going out, farming your enchanted resources yourself. The base resources, I wouldn't bother refining them, it costs way too much. It's better to sell the base resources in most cases, and just go farming things like the skeleton camps as you're running around, the chests. The chest for the black zone drop 3k base, the chest in the red zone drops 2.4k base. Sorry, this is in a T7 zone. So you can definitely pick up some money quite quickly by just doing open world stuff and going and gathering while you're doing it and just sort of mixing between. And then there are people that are purely going out, just gathering everything, crafting it as high as they can do, and then selling it on the auction house. Definitely the way in this game it seems to be going is the more you sell on the auction house, the better. Like anything you keep or study or whatever, it's just losing you money. I sell everything on the auction house, and that is purely how I make money. I've got 17 new males in the past couple of hours just from, there you go, just from how much I've actually managed to sell. It just sells so quickly. So what was this that we've managed to pick up? There you go, 41k for a mercenary jacket that I randomly picked up off someone's dead body, and that's 41k that's gone straight into my bank. Things like that. Make sure you're doing your expedition every day. If you're doing a T6 expedition, I believe it is 16k for your daily, as well as the Master's Royal Sigil, which is anything from 8k to, I've seen them go for 20k. It just depends on the day and depends on the town. So let's have a look quickly. Tier 6, okay, so it's only 8k, plus the boss gold, which I believe is close to like 2.5k, plus the gold from the run. I believe it works out to be about 12k just from that, and then the sigil on top for 1 every day. Expeditions are also a good amount of fame. That's something that will be in a video tomorrow, so you've got a little preview. Other than that, farming is another good one. Mounts, it's slow in that it takes a long time to get to. Like, it takes a day to craft a tier 3 horse and quite a few things just to keep it ticking over, just to turn over a 3k profit. Doesn't seem worth it to me. I personally don't do a farm. Things like soup and stew, almost everyone that goes to a Hell Rift runs with either the so the mutton sandwich offering a 10% max health increase, the it's not the soup, it's stew. That's what I was looking for. The stew increasing, just flat increasing your damage by 10%, or but it's tier 5. There we go. The omelette increasing casting speed and cooldown reduction by 11%. This is the food I typically run. You can make quite a few of these quite quickly, so the price is quite low. But if you can make them and mass produce them, again, it's something else that you could potentially sell for very little upfront cost. It definitely seems like you could potentially need to spend money to make money in this game. Another one to do, and this is completely at your own risk, if you manage to catch the gold prices at a low time, so it stayed around 188, now 187 for the last couple of days. It's not really dropped. Okay, so it had one peak at 186. Gold will go up exponentially now for the rest of the beta. It will just keep going up and up and up. Especially around plot times, because everyone will want to sell their gold. Which obviously, more silver means less gold in the system. I'm sure anyone that's an economist... I don't even know how to say that word. Anyone who's an economist, there we go, will be able to look at that and pick it apart as to how they could play the system in terms of the gold and silver sort of purchases and swapping. What else is there that you can do to make gold? I don't really think there's much else. Obviously there's the whole flip in the auction house, so what you can do is, if you're a crafter or if you're capable of crafting things, you could look at this and go, okay, to make a staff, in fact, let's do it simple. To make a bow, I need 32, is it? 32? I feel like I might be wrong with that one. Let's have a look. I was right, 32 planks. So, for me to make a bow, I need 32 of them planks, which means bows can't sell for less than basically around 30k for it to be worth it for me to make any profit from that at all. And I can guarantee at the moment, if I were to go like that, they're selling for 8.5k. So I would never, literally never, craft anything from cedar planks. You can also then look at how much all the resources would cost to refine an item up. Basically, you can look to buy and sell on the auction house, craft things up, or salvage things even, just to basically make the most money from it. And trick a lot of people are using, if you're not using your crafting focus at the moment, craft something with empowered mats. So we look at these planks, they're going at 3,994 each. You'd have to buy a load of them to make a bow, but if you get crafting focus as well as crafting the town, you can start getting like 45% extra resources back, which means you can then sell the bow on the auction house for quite a lot of money, as well as sell the extra resources. And I can almost guarantee, as long as you're using crafting focus, you will probably make more money, as long as you're smart and research what you're buying. In terms of flat, I don't want to think about it, I just want to go out and make money. I think Hell Risks and PvP is definitely the way to go. I like that they've balanced the game around making the most money from PvP, because it is a PvP focused game. Other than that, guys, I've kind of gone off a bit of a rant here. Other than that, guys, anything else you're interested in, any other questions you want to ask, please leave them down below. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that normal stuff. Check out my Twitch. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a good day. Good night.